Here's political philosophy. Alrighty, I'm gonna go for classical republic. I think it's the best government, especially early game. We can always change off if we need to. Diplomatic League will help me to spread my influence over the AI. We'll go for colonization, settlers, urban planning, charismatic leader. No, Ilkham, because I'll be making builders with my new cities. Yeah, that's a good strategy. Well done, Ursa. Well done. Yes. Then we've got 1 galley, 2 galley. Haha! What you gonna do? How much until the end of the era? There's no point holding on here, so let's immediately go for city number 2. It is just all kinds of fun. 3 era score from being next to the natural wonder, 2 era score from being my thirst on a different continent, and as you can see, we're already working these amazing reef tiles. 3 food, 2 production, 1 gold, 1 science, 1 culture. Let's immediately jump in and grab a builder, and we can work this stuff and be merry. Oh, that is a bireme. Okay, that is a Phoenician boat, and it is very powerful. We might have a bit of trouble with that. 35 base strength. I might need to just change my government up a little bit to deal with that one. Fine. This unit can tank a single hit, and then it'll upgrade. I'll put the unit behind it to give it a support bonus. Well, I actually don't have support bonuses yet, but at least it holds it behind. Maybe we can grind a victory out here, but I should probably pick up a 3rd boat with my extra gold. There's a warrior. I mean, this is the good thing about having barb camps everywhere, is you can just choose this. Although, now we have a 2nd city. I've got to be a bit careful. It might spawn it somewhere totally different. Oh, I need to name my city. Of course I do. Welcome to the game. Frankincense Battlezord. I have a feeling you're going to be quite the city quite quickly. Another natural wonder. This one gives commercial hubs and campus districts in a city. It owns one of these towers, 2 great person points. It's quite a localized wonder, so unless I'm planning on killing Cahokia, that's not going to be very handy for me. Let's see if my cunning military strategy pays off. If it attacks this galley, yep, I'll remove 16 health, which is good, and suddenly give it the Emblem promotion, which makes it a little bit harder. I'm going to move my units around. I think we should be able to deal with this if we're lucky, but we're going to have to really try. Save up 3 turns, I can get a bioream of my own, and I do have reinforcements on the way. Unfortunately, there was no other barb camp that would have sent the galley any faster, so we're just going for this. Elizabeth, oh, a good trader. Honored to meet you. Yes. Am I going to send a trade route to Elizabeth? You better believe I'm going to try. Now, I didn't actually mention this at the time, but Frankincense Battlezord is benefiting from the Wayfinder's ability. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 coast tiles around, and there is no city within 6 tiles, so I should be getting 8 extra food from districts. Yeah, look at that. 8 food from districts and 8 production from districts. So this is already a really decent city. 12 production. Callum Billy currently has 14, and this is a population 7 city, so it's going to help my small little settlements just to really expand out and level themselves to the housing cap pretty much as quickly as they can. Now, I just took 31 damage in that hit, and I have 41 health. So I think I should be able to tank another hit here, but just to be sure, I'm actually going to get rid of urban planning and put discipline in briefly. Now, this should give me the strength I need to go 1, 2, claim the kill. We need to take this barb camp on now, and Elizabeth wants to be my friend immediately. Of course you can. Ethiopia, wanted to meet you. Yes, let's exchange information on capitals. You're not going to be able to get to me. Let's face it. Bronze working. Any iron on my little island? No. I feel like strategics are going to be very difficult for me to achieve on this game. We'll give it a good go though. Oh, watch out, ready for this? Ready for this? You ready? Bam! Oh, it's a tile. It's a tile and a half. We're going beelining now straight for Celestial Navigation. Military tactics boosted, and we're on the barb camp. We can clear it, hopefully. Oh, come on. That is ridiculous. Right, I was waiting. This is ridiculous. Cahokia had a warrior on top of a tribal village, and I was waiting very patiently for it to move, but Ethiopia grabbed Cahokia and then levied the warrior in order to then take the tribal village. I swear this game is just winding me up at this point. Has somebody put in a mod? Right, modders, I'm looking at you. One of the mods that I'm using, has somebody secretly put a line of code in that means that I cannot, like, claim any tribal village? Is this some huge wind-up? I swear this is a wind-up now. It's got to be. Oh dear, this is city number 3. Welcome to the game. Flying Thunder. Again, you actually have plus 10 production in food. So huge amounts of stuff going on here, which is lovely. We've got the builder card in. What I'm doing is making sure that my new cities just get a couple of builders out quickly, work all of the tiles, especially all of the reefs, and then we're going to just start mass settling. I'm actually keeping up with some of the AI here. Korea has 3 cities and 9 pop. I'm on 311. Oh, Kupe. Never stop stop settling. We've even got my first campus out whilst I'm doing all of this as well, which is awesome. I think Korea was the only one that was working scientists. They're going to work them pretty hard at this point, but we're going to try. I'm going to try and keep up scientifically here. Kupe versus Korea. But my aim for this game is to really, really work on my builder play. I want to make sure that I never find myself working any tile that isn't improved. Oh, what's this one? Great works of writing yield more culture and tourism. That one may be less interesting for poor old Kupe. Oh, no great works of writing for me. Although people do get hung up on that. Kupe, of course, can get great works of writing. You just need to have things like the Apadana, great library, stuff that actually contains great work slots that isn't the amphitheater. It's just the lack of the amphitheater slots that people get hung up on. I'm going to promote the spearmen first. By doing this, I can then get rid of the barb camp and get more experience and level them up further. This scout is actually going to tank quite a lot of damage and experience here if we can just hold and heal for a second. I'm trying to make my way around this continent. And again, one of the good reasons of not using galleys, using scouts instead, is you can hop onto the land if the land does this and tries to stop you from passing. 9 gold for some turtles. This is the good thing about settling far and wide. It's just a lot of luxuries to sell. And again, we're taking the gold per turn, not the gold up front. Let's see how this game goes. Disperse clan. Bam. Free era score. Boost to military tradition. And you can see mysticism has now been boosted. I'm going to take a risk and go for inspiration to try and get some of these scientist points. I really, really want to stop Korea just having a monopoly here. And I am going to beeline for Nan Madol. Yes, it is not an easy city-state to take because Rome already has 4 envoys in it. But the extra culture that Kupe would get from having +2 from every single district on the coast, I mean, it just is ridiculous to even consider. So I want to circumnavigate the globe. 4 turns. No, I can hold off. I can hold off for 4 turns. That's fine. But I would like some more pearls, though. Haha. Keeping some luxuries now because I want to keep my cities happy. Now that we have 3, it makes more sense to keep the happiness in cities. It wasn't so important when I only had my capital, but I can't deprive all of Kalimbilly, Flying Thunder, and Frankincense Battlesword of luxuries, can I? That would just be mean. Dear oh dear. What a world that would be. This is a rogue idea. A very rogue idea, but I could put a preserve down on this town. And just improve these tiles even more. That would be totally pointless. But at the same time, is it pointless if it's that fun? I don't know. Let's work the campus first. I'm just, as I say, campus, bit of science. If I've got anything that's more than like a +2, we're going to go for it immediately. Time for a library. That puts us to 4.6 great scientist points per turn. Something like that, roughly. And Flying Thunder now has some turtles, which I will immediately go and sell to the highest bidder. 9 gold per turn. Oh, yes. What a deal. What a deal. Well, there's a tribal village hidden under a barbarian. It's always the way. You are going to give me some. They're going to be totally untakeable. State workforce. Let's take the governor and put Amani into Nan Madol. If I don't do it now, I'm going to forget and it will be really annoying. Trajan's up to 5 envoys there. It's going to be slightly problematic and these barbarians are just the most fun. It's going to pillage. There's no point doing anything until it's pillaged. Then it'll heal. Then I can kill it. Just a game of ordering, really. Another 6 gold per turn from another source of turtle. Is my empire about turtling? You could argue. And this settler is looking really good, but I'm going to get the government plaza and fix that first and then give my settlers the 3 builder because again, that would just massively help with the speed of everything. Next up, I reckon we're going to go celestial navigation into construction because lumber mills we don't need, but Toa and Kainga are my 2 uniques and that's about 8 era score between them, which I like. And lo, the golden age, including a normal age for Kongo, which is quite exciting. Now, I don't think I want a religion. I'm pretty sure I don't. The question is whether I want to go for raw science with 3 inquiry, which will turn my harbor adjacency into science, which, to be honest, is not something that will do with me anything right now, but I'm just about to discover what harbors are and build quite a few of them. Or I can go for a 30% discount on settlers. That will mean that I can use the production in my cities to make the harbors and to make more gold. I think I'm going to go monumentality instead of 3 inquiry, but it is very tempting. Actually, you know what will decide this for me? Whereabouts is the double adjacency card for harbors? If I know where that is, then that'll probably tell me whether or not it's worth going for, but I haven't found that yet at all. Naval tradition. Kill a unit with a quadrireme. Okay, we don't know where that is. I reckon instead we're going to go for 3 inquiry. I'm actually going to double up on the science. Whilst we've got this, it's a good choice for us. I think we've got the production to build the settlers manually. Production is something we have a lot lot of. So let's run on that. What I do need, though, is an absolute armada of galleys, because the barbs are everywhere, and it is quite annoying. So would you all please go away? We can now circumnavigate the world, so let's just do that quickly. I'm thirsty to do it. I wonder how? Babylon, with only 8 science. Wow, that is a low science Babylon, but I bet they're still... Oh no, I'm the one winning on tech. Babylon's only on 8 techs. Oh my lord, that is the worst Babylon I've seen in some time. Now that is no bad thing to see. Flying Thunder has already hit its housing cap. That is going to be a consistent problem with my empire, but I think we can work through that. The other question is whether or not there is a decent campus spot on this island, and I don't think there is, you know. But I will put the harbour on this tile in my hope that it links and synergizes with something else on the map. Although, again, I was going to try and not get rid of as many forest plots as I could, so we'll see how that one goes. Oh, I go and defeat one barbarian, and another one appears just around the corner. What is it with barbarian fleets? Not impressed. Not impressed, and that boat is still there, which means I still can't put that improvement down. I have to just keep buying boats. Luckily, there are a lot of barbarian villages that are willing to sell me boats. Often it's just a case of finding them all. Like, where are you? Magnus, let's promote you with provision. Yes, I know the settler is there, but I kind of want to get the ancestral hall for the builder. Let's do that. There's a lot of tiles that we can still work in this city, so make sure that we've got the production for that. And if we unlock apprenticeship soon, then that will hopefully give us a little bit of extra production from our mines, which would be very handy. Pantanal. Marshes provide standard adjacency for specialty districts. I have not seen that ability before. That's really cool. That makes Etamananki even more powerful, and that in itself is quite a frightening prospect. Didn't think we needed a game where Etamananki was more powerful, yet here we are, walking the quads and lingering outside classrooms of the campus near Frankincense Battlesword. Oh, that makes me giggle. You know, genuinely, like, I have no cities making settlers for me at the moment. This is the most useless card. So let's put natural philosophy in. Although I'm aspirational though. Let's put it in instead of builders. I'm not making any builders. We will buy the library in for the extra science and also the extra great person point. And there we go. There's Hypatia, who will give us another +1 science on the library, which is good. We haven't met any scientific city-states just yet, but we will. And reinforcements have arrived. Unfortunately for you, I get angry about barbarians, and I will repair the Pearl fishing boat for about the 7 millionth time. This is kind of the reason why nothing is really being done here. Let's make a +5 harbour. We're making harbours in a lot of cities now, which is why I'm trying to rush veterancy to get a 30% discount on that. I'm still selling my open borders. I'm going to cheat a little bit and take 1 turn as 15 gold because I'm impatient and I wanted to buy and build a mine on this gem, which is the apprenticeship boost, which means this is now what I want to beeline, because industrial zone is fine, but +1 production to the mine improvement makes a huge difference, because this city will get +1 production and my capital will get another +2. Just helps me tick along with the stuff I need to do. Taruga, not a first meet, but that is scientific city-state, which is good. Now we need, oh, look at this, a horse and a quadrireme. That will give us a bunch of envoys. But I need to really look at these city-state quests and focus on them considerably. What is going to be my biggest city? Well, Calamby is pretty big, but I think Frankincense Battlesword otherwise is going to be pretty awesome. So let's go Pingala into this city. I'm working the extra adjacency on this campus. My science is pretty good. We're up to 40. Only Korea, which is very understandable, is higher than me. Kupe, absolute scientific genius. I guess it's because I can spot the better spots, and that helps. You know, finding the reefs, going for the really high adjacency campuses. Tribal village, masonry. I find masonry in tribal villages so often. I don't think it's because it's particularly likely. I think I'm just really, really bad at putting improvements down on stone because I get rid of the stone so often. Everyone's being so nice, apart from Tokugawa, which kind of checks out. Stop being so mean. Korea is now on to 7 scientist points per turn. I'm just about keeping up, but only just. Now, this is a scientist I would like. The other one, Jiang Heng, he is the one that I think gives the boosts to shipping. Yeah, celestial navigation, mathematics, engineering. That's the sort of stuff I've already got because, of course, I'm Kupe. Now, I would normally be able to wait until I got a 3 library, but I'm not going to bother with that because we're not getting another campus anytime soon, and I'd rather get the +2 science per turn. A little bit inefficient that. I appreciate it, but Hey, what you gonna do? Theodora. Theodora doesn't know what she's gonna do. Is that everybody? No, we haven't met everyone yet. We're missing one person. Still generating 13 gold per turn from a luxury. Look at that. Well, that woke the barbarian up to life. They're like, oi, what are you doing? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Attack, attack. We've swarmed around. Look at that. Area secure. I feel a lot better. Bioluminescent bay. Fishing boats yield 1 science for any civilization made to tell. Hang on a second. Where was that? Over here near Babylon. Oh, that's so far away from me. But it is possible. I could get a settler over there. I mean, if you have a look at this, if I've got this galley, it's probably gonna take me... Oh, it doesn't even know a pathing. Like loads of turns. Fine. Science from fishing boats, though. Oh, I mean, to put it in perspective, I've currently got 13 fishing boats in my land, and that would be 13 extra science. I reckon we've got to make a bit of an expedition to go and get that. Might be difficult. It might be difficult. It might actually be such that I can't put any loyalty on it, but if we can, if there's any way, if there's any chance, we've got to give it a go. Yeah, there are settlement spots, but we'll get there. A bit of gold. Okay, that's now a priority for us. Our harbors are now finishing, which means we've got even more science now because of the glorious nature of free inquiry. Perfect. Callum Billy also managed to get itself a settler. Now, here's the question. Do I take a stab at trying to steal this city? There's a marble here, which is really cool, but if Great Barrier Reef, improved sea resources yield 1 gold. I mean, that's probably worth about 15 gold per turn. It's whether or not I can hold this city. The loyalty will be pretty savage. It's not going to get any easier either. The only other way of doing it would be to settle on this island, which is also still -20, and then work all of the tiles on the, third tile out and then hope it goes across. I mean, it's ambitious. If I had a fishing boat I could use to bomb in that direction, that'd be cool, but there are fishing boats around the Mirror Reef, so yeah, might send 1 settler out in that direction, just whilst I, again, distract my settling building city with more harbors, because that's all I seem to do right now. Actually, no, let's get a whole heap of harbors out, settlers out first, so every city is going to make 1 and then go back to whatever it was doing. Connoisseur for Pingala ups my culture from a leisurely 26 to 34. Oh, that is nice. And again, more barbarians. I haven't finished healing my fleet yet, but luckily I didn't use the last charge of my builder, so we can go and use them next turn. 10 population city. You do love to see it. Oh, Trajan, you really need to stop dropping envoys in Nan Madol, because I want this city-state. Can I get 1 more envoy somewhere? Anyone got a spare envoy for me? 17 gold per turn for my luxuries from Rome. Thank you so much. I did notice that there's, actually 2 city-states, Venice and Singapore, both want a horseman. So, might make a little bit of a brief stop over to the horseman, pick one up, go and deal with this barb hotspots being very annoying. Meanwhile, Bengala grants another 2 scientist points per turn, which is lovely. Krakatoa, any civilization that owns this tile receives a Eureka upon earning a Great Admiral. Oh, my lord, there's a load of good stuff around here. What I need is Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle legitimately would really help me move about this map, but no. Do we go and claim Vesuvius? Again, loyalty is a bit of a problem over here. Anything that says -20 is just annoyingly competitive. Got another settler over. I think this is going to be the one from Frankincense Battlesword that goes the long way around. I am going to make a claim at Bioluminescence Bay. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to give it a go. We might as well just claim really good spots in the area, such as there's loads of fishing boats over here and a tile that's ages away from everything. Got some more mercury as well. That's a great place to have a city. We discovered apprenticeship. We're all apprentices, says Sean Bean very happily. I'm not. I'm a master. Mwah. What that does mean is that all of my mines in my capital are now +1 production. Amazing. Who needs woods on your capital? No. Not what Kupe is about. Kupe is about hard industrialization. Except from the fact that we absolutely are not, and we're going to be trying to avoid going for any CO2 we can. Where is Venice? Venice is over here. All of my cities are able to get 12 gold routes to Venice. 12 gold per turn. A trader. It means that I would earn the gold back in 20 turns. That feels good, especially if we can get Vissel banking going eventually. Yeah, let's treat ourselves. Trader. Kidding. Nobody needs any more turtles. We've absolutely just blasted the world with turtles, everybody. Nobody wants any more. Anshan. Okay, now we're firing and finding all of the scientific city-states. Perfect. Nan Madol also has good trade routes to it. Okay, well, we've got options. I like this. Let's just keep the gold coming up. Keep working on that for as long as we can. And in my Pingala city, I think we should treat ourselves to a lighthouse, which will increase the housing by 1 for the lighthouse and then another 2. Do you see that? It changed after. For the fact the city is on the coast, that means Pingala will be working at turbo speed now. Now, I was going to settle here, but I've just seen Vilnius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we should be far enough away to get the full boost from settling on this little tiny tundra peninsula. Before we do, let's just check in a little bit and see how we're doing in comparison to the AI. Often, number of cities and population gives a really good guess. So we have 3 cities and 25 population, 4 and 23, 5 and 20, 4 and 18, 5 and 20, 5 and 14, 6 and 33. Inca's doing amazingly. 4 and 23, 4 and 22, 5 and 18, 5 and 20. So actually, we are right in the pack, which is unbelievable. Amazing. Let's celebrate by making our 4th city on Pangaea Ultima. Welcome, Philip's Potato of Doom. Your first job, work some more turtles. For whatever reason, the AI is still all about those turtles. For a second they weren't, and then they thought about it, and then they were like, all right, yeah, go on then. Oh, look at that, a one turn population. Love it. I realize actually by settling there, I've gone for the adjacency with the campus. Well, that's what I've lost. Had I moved 1 tile down, I could have worked that later and then given myself a better campus. I need to really remember that. That is a bit of a mistake I made there. Never mind. Hey, sometimes you have to just accept that you're going to make mistakes, eh? I'm not going to go for the +4. I'm actually going to go for the +3 because this will probably synergize later with something that I would like Mausoleum or something in that vein. There is a great scientist. It wasn't the one I wanted, but he will still give me the tech, the mathematics, and the boost for engineering, so that's okay. 2 envoys because I've got the horse. Excellent. Now I need a quadrireme. This horse will go and seek revenge on these barbs, which I'm just leaving my galleys here to stop them from spawning anything. I don't think it actually works like that, but I like to think I'm just sort of lurking here, staring at them. Theology isn't interesting in itself. What it does do is give me another envoy, and now I can just waste an obscene amount of envoys into picking up Nan Madol. All of my districts are on the coast, I think, pretty much. So this will be a huge pickup for me. Yeah, that's another 50% culture. This is a priority for me. Nan Madol must stay mine this whole game. Hopefully. We'll see if that works. Let's unlock my unique theatre square and building. We can start to pick up a bit more faith and culture as we go. Okay, this is where the test begins. This is where we see just how badly wrong this whole strategy is going to go. Firstly, we're going to go and settle on some honey. We're going to need someone tough to keep this city under control. Stop it from rebelling. Salty tech, in you get. If I work this turtle immediately, the population will be growing really quick because we're on 13.2 food. You can see we're on -17 loyalty, but I have 7.5 from a single population. So all we need to do is get a governor in and 2 more population and the city should be stable, in theory. Gonna have to move Magnus out very briefly, which is not gonna help if I wanted to make more settlers, but hey, if that's the worst of this, that's okay. My first friendship with Inca, I believe? Oh no, that might have just expired. Oh, Kongo wants to be my friend. Oh, they might not like the fact that I just settled near them. That's bad timing, but never mind. All right, Bioluminescence Bay. This is going to be quite the mission, but we can get there in theory. Okay, it's not going to give me a sensible route, but you can see just how far away we've got to go. Let's get this galley in. Let's get this settler in, and we're going to take it all the way around this coast, drop down here, and then get to this point. I think that's the quickest way of taking it. We could, in theory, go through this point, but there's a lot of barbarian land we'd have to cross over to make that work, and I just don't trust it at all. Uluru, specialty districts constructed on desert terrain, yields 1 food. Useful, but in the middle of Byzantine land, I don't think I'm going to get my little mitts on that one. Oh, that's education. I can get universities now, which is, it feels very early for that on turn 65, but such is the way that shuffle happens sometimes. We got to go for it. And I'm going to pick up Kilwa. I was wondering where Kilwa was. One way we can pick Kilwa up is to look and see if there are still barbarians that will give us archers. These are really, really cheap ways of picking these up. Yeah, there's a second one. So we just need a single archer now and we'll get the machinery boost. Another lighthouse is finished. That'll be good for me for another trade route, please. And well, bam, Salty Tech is growing and we should actually hit the point, I think, next turn where we have enough to stop being disloyal, I think, I hope. See how that goes. This is city number 6. It's Jono. Absolutely not changing on loyalty at all, huh? Efficient. Very, very efficient. You gotta love it. I'm actually gonna switch inspiration nation out now, finally, and go for veterancy. Let's take a little bit of time off the beautiful harbors that we're making. Should be easy enough to do. Okay, Salty Tech is now loyal. Give it a turn. I can move Magnus out of here. We've got my third trade route. Rocking 245 gold per turn. If people wanted to buy these turtles, that would be even better. Just saying. Again, I'm just selling open borders. Anything that I can sell in this game is being sold. I have no qualms about this. Actually, Venice is a really good city-state to claim. Trade routes at foreign cities earn 1 gold for each luxury resource at the destination. Venice has no luxuries. But still, that would be a city-state and some visibility. Or I could wait for, and let's just get Taruga in. A little bit of extra science for my libraries. And a Great Admiral, my first one. Haha, where am I going to send you? Oh, Babylon, back off. Machinery, done. Capital, once you're done with the settler, please, can you work on kill? 30 turns for kill. Really? Really? That feels excessive. Okay, maybe another city? You're the only one that can do it. All right, I want it, and I want it really badly. So, fine. If I need to, I'll do it. Mercenaries. Ah, naval tradition. Here we go. Harbor district adjacency bonus. That's what you want to see. Yeah, I can't resist it. Venice, do you want to join in? Go on, in you come. There we go. Delicious. I can see more of what Inca's got going on now. There will be no points, by the way, if you guess which city-state. I'm really, really hoping to see at some point. And it definitely doesn't rhyme with Morkmund. I've got some tea. And I've bought some incense. All of my cities are now ecstatic. And I'm on 94 science and 90 culture. And I don't think I'm the tech leader. Oh, no, I am the tech leader, but I'm drawing with Korea. It's me and Korea. Up against the world. Okay, Magnus is no longer needed in Salty Tech. Where am I going to send you? Where would be a really good place to start spitting settlers out? We'll take it back to the capital for now, but I don't know about that. Oh, Korea's not liking the fact that I've got so much tech now. That's always a good thing. Taruga and Amar both bow to me. Excellent. Now that actually is a really good thing because Taruga is now going to start giving me extra science from universities, which is just what I want to see. 6 extra science, bam, 109 coming in per turn now. Oh boy. That's namely because we've got 35% bonus science coming in Frankincense Battlezord, 20 from Happiness, 15 from Pingala. Turn 72. That's pretty quick even for me. And I'm genuinely not quick. Oh my word. 17 gold for horses? Are you like busy warring someone? Oh yeah, he's absolutely in a war with Tokugawa. I can see why he might want horses. That's probably not going to improve relations with Tokugawa for me, is it? Just giving horses to the other side. Big old hurricane. This is one big problem about playing Kupe. You've got such a large area of land. It's like, is this going to do anything to me? Southeast. This could actually hit Flying Thunder, you know. Uh-oh. Ooh, another admiral that gives me a quadrireme and gives me opponent bonus to them as well. I like that. Now, did I get any niter? A little bit. Oh, I got some niter right on the spot that I was going to put my industrial zone. Never mind. Industry might not be my ticket today. Another envoy into Anshan for some more science on my universities. Lovely. I say universities plural. I only have one university, but you get the idea. Actually, naval tradition is now a really exciting thing for me. 18 extra harbor adjacency. I'll pop that in instead of campus adjacency because this also gives me science. It also gives me a lot more gold per turn. Oh, you're kidding me. I was just about to saddle that. I really wanted Vesuvius. Not for any particular reason, just kind of because. It's always annoying when your settler is like just there. Just there. I'll go settle on this little peninsula instead. I won't get the full benefit because I'm too close to Nan Nadal, but it's a nice piece of land. Oh my lord, what's happening there? Whoa! We had a sort of disapparating hurricane there for a second. It's removed my diamonds resource, but that's okay. We'll claim that back in a second. Persia. I think you're the last, aren't you? Honored to meet you. Oh, we've overshot this golden age by so much. Do you want some turtles? They do. Oh, should have known. Should have known. Just hired a swordsman from this barb camp, and I'm now going to destroy the very barb camp with the swordsman. The irony. The irony. So I couldn't resist it. I did, in fact, build a preserve in Frankincense Battlezord because I was like, come on, these tiles are too good. Imagine how good these will be. It's the only way I can really improve them. Plus, it gives me quite a lot of housing in this city, so I don't know. I think I won't regret that. Okay, this is good to know. I sent some scouts ahead just to check what was going on in this area, and there are a lot of barbarians in this area. And Babylon has settled closer to Bioluminescence Bay as well. We can still grab it, but we're going to have to go for this -20 and hope there is a way we can claim this city. It's going to be really tough. Maybe I'm just going to have to settle tons in this area. Well, we'll give it a good go. There's nothing that chucking tons of money into the situation won't help. help with. University, 136, a -8. This city says -8. I'm gonna need a strong governor to keep this one in. Soldier in his bucket, in you get. We're on -4.9 at the moment, but nothing that we can't deal with in time, I don't think. Okay, so we generated a couple of grievances by settling over here, but we can't promise people we're not going to settle. That's literally what we do. That is our whole thing. So we're just going to have to annoy people. Taruga has been lost, but that was science for improved strategic resources, and I've got none of those, so that actually doesn't make a difference. It's mainly the science from libraries and universities that have been after that. I just picked up an envoy from a tribal village. That is genuinely very handy for somebody in my particular position. Singapore is another city-state I'm about to trade with, so I'm just going to dump another envoy there and claim suzerainship over something else. Get some era score whilst I'm at it. Excellent. I do like fishing boat culture bombs. There's something very, very satisfying about it all. Such a simple thing, yet so much joy. Oh, there's actually a little island in all this. Haha. Well, that's good to know. More trade routes, this time to Singapore, our new place of trade. Divine right time. Here's monarchy. Might as well always upgrade. That gives me castles at the same time, but we'll put Republican legacy in. We've got naval infrastructure, and I'll keep the settler card in, more out of hope than expectation. I really want to be using that more. Veterancy is amazing, and I'll put limes in just to make sure that we actually get some walls up. I am building them in various places. Now, this great scientist, she works science adjacency into your holy sites, which is really cool if you've got holy sites. I do not have holy sites, so I'm going to pass, and we're going to hopefully claim this one who gives 2 random technology inspirations and eurekas and whatever. It's awesome. With another trade route, we're now up to 369 gold. That's very satisfying. Goes 369. All multiplications of 3, all going up. Lovely. My entire economic strategy is definitely not built on number patterns. No, I'd never do that. You ready for some delicious adjacency? We're about to put a grove into this preserve. Watch this. 2 food, 3 culture tiles go to 4 food, 5 culture, 2 faith. Oh, what a delightful city. I'm also going to do something incredibly rogue now. I think I'm going to put a diplomatic quarter down in this city, but I'm not going to put it next to the city center. I know this is awful on a couple of reasons. Number one, if it's built next to the city center, you get a 3 envoy. I'm giving that up. I'm also giving up the enemy spies operate at 2 levels below normal when targeting this district or adjacent district. You put it next to the capital, or at least the city center that has Pingala in, and you can be immune to spies. So I'm giving up all of that. The reason I want it in this city though is because the consulate and the chancery buildings are going to start flooding this city with really good yields. It's always going to get, it's going to be 4 science once I build it, some culture, some production, some gold, and more importantly, I have delegations from most civilizations, so I should be getting about 8 or 9 diplomatic favor per turn. Again, sometimes waiting for the perfect find, you never put it down, and that sucks even more. There's another scientific city-state, amazing. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Waller Bear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Daddy Bear Todd. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!